Thanks for watching Wednesday Debate Live with Taghreed Hussein here on Al TV International. Tonight we'll be talking a very special topic, and a very distinctive guest will be talking food safety and sustainable development goals. As you know that since the ancient times, since ancient Egyptians, they laid the foundation mainly for sustainability and also for protecting the environment. They were very clever, the pharaohs, our great ancestors, in eating healthy. And this was their life, doing sustainable food, preserving the natural wealth. They also preserved the water from the Nile, from any sort of pollution, because they worshiped the river. They believed that a person would not be traveling to eternity if they polluted the Nile waters. So this is how they lived. This is how they respected their civilization. And it made, of course, a sense of continuity for thousands and thousands of years. Along the same line, we as Egyptians continue on the same path, and came Egypt's Vision 2030 that was launched in 2016, and mainly it's paving the way for the new republic, because the country was transformed in the way how it delivers, how we have the national scope of social protection for the Egyptians, better support for their daily lives, how to change the life of Egyptians into a better lifestyle. Tonight, of course, we are talking as we are approaching a new year, and happy 2023 in advance. All of us are like thinking how we're going to year, in what way are we going to lose a bit of weight so that we can like enjoy the new year in health and happiness. Talking, of course, more about our regular healthy meals and regular health habits, which is definitely very important today. And our special guest is definitely a very distinctive professor. She's working at the National Research Center. She's assistant professor at the center, and she has lots of TV performances where she guided the viewers and the audiences all along the region in how to lead a healthier life. I'm very much pleased and honored to have with me Professor Dr. Donia Shoair today, Associate Professor at the National Research Center. Thank you so much, Dr. Donia.
Thank you, Mr. Reed, and the pleasure is mine.
Thank you, dear, and congratulations on a recent promotion to you. That is definitely good news. Together, we will be reading this important issue concerning food security, and this is tonight's topic, how to lead a healthier life. Food security, the government, of course, has been working so hard in order to achieve food security for the Egyptians under the leadership of President Sisi. Earlier in the day, speaking of the top stories and presidential activity, the President witnessed the Commission's detection test for students applying to join the military academy that includes War College, Naval College, Air College, Air Defense College, as well as the military colleges that include the Military Technical College, the Armed Forces College of Medicine, and also the Military Technological College. Ambassador Bassam Radi, the official spokesman for the presidency, stated that President Sisi witnessed the results of the electronic exams in the academy and the military colleges, all the data related to each student and the grades that they obtained leading to the examination of the commission. The president wished applicants all success in obtaining the honor of joining the military institution and passing tests that are carried out according to the latest accurate scientific standards with all impartiality, which the armed forces adhere to in selecting the best elements and cadres from the promising youth of Egypt. The president talked with the students applying to the academy and the military colleges through an open dialogue about the most important regional challenges and issues also related to international concerns. The Prime Minister activity, Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli said that a higher committee was formed in order to develop a vision for the World Conference of Investment in Egypt in the first half of 2023. Explaining investors who wish to obtain the golden license will be presented directly to the Council of Ministers to shorten the distance and the procedure, stressing that this is in implementation according to the directives of President Sisi. It is worth mentioning that the Council of Ministers also launched a link on its website to receive requests from investors wishing to obtain the golden license that was launched by the government to facilitate the issuance and also the operation of the project's licenses, especially those operating in the field of industry. And we're back to our topic of discussion. Those were the top stories. We have with us Dr. Donia Shoair, Associate Professor at the National Institute for Research. And I thank her so much once again for joining us. Dr. Donia, I guess this question you've been asked lots of times, how to change our mindset vis-a-vis having a regular, healthy routine in our lives. This is very important because if we are going to eat healthy ingredients, definitely this is going to have an impact on our performance, on the way we act, also on our psychology.
Sure, this is very important. The first thing to change your mind is to ask yourself, what do you need from your body? Do you need to decrease your weight or to lose weight or to gain weight, for example? If you have any kind of disease, like inflammation, like infection, cancer, whatever your health condition and what are you suffering from. First step you have to follow is to prevent or to stop eating sugar, especially simple sugars. Okay. First, we have to know that the food composed of macronutrients and micronutrients. The macronutrients is that the food that you consume a lot amount of it to gain energy. It is like carbs, proteins, and lipids. Okay, and the micronutrients are the vitamins and minerals. So I'm talking about the carbs. Okay, the carbs we are eating nowadays a lot of sugars. Okay, especially the simple sugars, and the simple sugars are like sugar, honey, jams, cakes.
Yes, and this is also coming our way as we are going to be celebrating Christmas soon. So we're going to have lots of sugar underway. So I guess that our episode now comes timely vis-a-vis a healthier lifestyle and or what we can call healthier choices.
Healthier, yes. If we talk about one day, you can eat what you want to celebrate the Christmas, it's okay, but I'm talking about our lifestyle. If you want to be more healthier, so you should stop eating sugar for about 14 days and you will find a huge changes on your body. You will lose weight quickly, you will become more healthier, all your inflammation will disappear. Actually, as you said, our ancestors didn't eat sugar. The sugar industry is very recent. Okay, it's since the 17th century when a German scientist extracted the
lifestyle.
Yes.
It's not a matter of fact that we are like having a break in celebrations, but we're talking as a style of life.
Yes.
This is what matters. Helping our viewers to make healthier choices.
Healthier choices
is very important.
Yes. Then after that we should increase our, we should stop the junk food.
Yes.
Okay, and go back to the rich, the fiber-rich foods like the vegetables, fruits, and the whole grain
Yes.
Okay, this food is very important to keep us healthy. Okay, then if we want to choose, many people think that if we stop eating fats, so we will be much more healthier.
Yeah.
This is a very wrong concept, because fats are very important to health. People stop eating fats, okay, or stop eating healthy fats and direct towards the sugar-rich food. This is very odd for me, okay. People are now directed towards eating the skimmed milk,
Yeah.
and skimmed yogurt, and all that is very wrong concept.
Yes. That's why it's very important, and you find it open to debate all over the world today. In what way can we like make our choices healthier? How can we like follow a different routine that is going to be reflected positively? That's why Egypt, under the leadership of the president, took great care of food security.
Yes.
Food security is in the heart today of Egypt's Vision 2030, and it is considered to be a national security issue. As we know, we are working according to sustainability, the Sustainable Development Goals. So how do you see, Dr. Donia, the issue of food security being in the heart of the 2030 vision? Very timely.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, very important, because the good nutrition, especially for the students, this is a very important issue. How to concern about the ingredients of any meal, how to choose the healthy ingredients for the meal. So it's not an issue of quantity.
Yes.
It is the most important thing is the quality of the food.
Yes.
What do you prefer to eat, or what you should eat, or what you shouldn't eat?
Yes.
This is the main issue.
Right, you are, and this is what we've been seeing recently under the leadership of President Sisi, how he is very much keen while inaugurating the different agricultural projects and asking about the quality of food. We've seen this in more than one agricultural projects, also the ones in Sinai, Tushk al-Khair, Mustaqbal Masr, or the future of Egypt, other important agricultural projects that are located all over the country. And in that regard, we're talking about a plan and a policy concerning the development of the strategic commodities, especially as wheat. And how about that? Because, you know, the loaves of bread are considered to be a main component in our meals.
Yes.
It is still debatable. Pros and cons. Can we do without it?
Of eating wheat?
Yeah. Bread, yes,
the bread
and wheat. Yeah.
Okay, okay. First thing, the wheat should be, you know, we should know that the whole grain, okay, or eating the wheat like the bread that contains the fiber, is much more healthier than the white bread or eating any types of bread. When you consume the whole grain, okay, you eat the fibers. The fibers of the wheat, okay, is like, you know, if you eat the bakery, for example, okay, that contains the flour, or it is very unhealthy, because this is rise the blood sugar rapidly, okay. But when you consume the whole grain, Okay, fibers is like a trap that trap the sugar from elevating suddenly in the blood.
Right.
Okay, so this is very important to consume wheat. Okay.
Yes, very important because, you know, those healthy meals are like supportive throughout the day. I mean, if we're talking about food security, a very important file, and it's not only the wheat, but also the government today is paying great attention to other strategic goods, future projects of fisheries, for instance, as well as cattle breeding projects. And this is quite very important, you know, because while taking good care of also fisheries, we are taking care also of food security. Fish is a very important component.
Sure, this is a very important component because it contains the omega-3, which is very important to the brain.
Yes.
Okay,
and the function of the brain.
The function of the blood circulation and for the function of the heart.
Yes.
And it is
and we have in Egypt great fishery projects, you know.
Yeah.
And those projects are really a source of pride to the whole country, and they contributed to the food security file.
Yes, yes, I'm very proud of these projects because it keep us in a good health. Yes. Because when you care about the wheat production and when you care about fisheries and the cattle projects, so you make security, food security for the protein, okay,
yes,
and
available.
for carbohydrates and for all
here
this.
Is, as we can see and as we can follow, the beautiful future projects for fisheries, as His Excellency is attending the inauguration of one of those projects. The President, of course, is keen to increase inventory, showroom availability, subsequent price drop. And in that regard, of course, Egypt maintains food security. You can find such products also through the different presidential initiatives like We Are All One or كلنا واحد. And this mainly aims to provide several food commodities, among them fish, for the citizens with high quality, as we can see, and at the same time with low prices. And that's the question, Dr. Donia, you know, people are asking, in what way can I be able, and this is again debatable, on debate, how can I eat healthy food and at the same time it would be at low price?
When you eat the healthy food, you should eat something that gives you satiety, okay? So you should provide your meal with the healthy fats, okay? People have a wrong concept about fats because when you add fats to your meal, you reach the satiety rapidly. For example, the olive oil, okay, is very important when you add olive oil to all your, to the salad, to your, to the beans. Also, when you consume the butter, it's very important to the health. Okay, people have misunderstanding that consuming the fat will increase the cholesterol level in the blood. Okay, but
this is a misconception.
This is a very misconception. Yes, but increasing the cholesterol on your blood comes from the sugar, not from the fat.
Right.
Okay, so when you eat healthy, you should add components that gives you the good nutrition and gives you the satiety, like the fibers and the fats. Also, the fish contains healthy fats because it is rich in omega-3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely very important is the choice. That's why we're talking about providing people with a healthier choice so that it would like become as a sort of a lifestyle. We talked about كلنا واحد, and we are all one. This is a very important presidential initiative providing several food commodities to the citizens at very low prices but good quality. There are other presidential initiatives in the country that targets Egyptians' healthy nutrition, like decent life, takaful وكرامة, the solidarity and dignity, and that provides conditional family income support aimed at increasing the food consumption, reducing poverty, while at the same time it encourages the families to keep their children at school and provided them with the needed health care. And this is my next question to you, Dr. Donia, because as winter approaches, and we are in December, so definitely kids at school, the students at school need a special nutrition scheme so that they would keep going, that healthy needs that would provide them with energy and that would help them concentrate. Perhaps we can provide tonight also a healthy recipe for the families to take care of their kids at school.
Okay. The first thing is the sweet potatoes. Now we have the sweet potatoes. Yes, it gives a warmth.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very important because it is rich in, look, any food that has a distinct color, okay, like potato, like sweet potato, like apricot, mango.
That's why they are always, you know, nutrition experts are always asking us to have different colors in our food. They would say don't stick one color in your meal, but let there be on the table a variety of colors. Is that true?
Yes, it's very true, because these colors, okay, comes from the plant. It's like a dye or something like that.
Yeah.
It gives us a protection against cancer, okay? So you should consume this type of food. It has a special class in the food classes, the vegetables or fruits that have a distinct color, okay? So one of the best choices for the students is the sweet potato. We have also the whole grain that we eat in what called in bilila, okay? This is very important. The soup, the vegetable soup is very also important for the students. The lentil soup is very important also.
So as we can see, since talking food security, we're talking the presidential initiatives in order to keep families, you know, satisfied with the several food commodities in the market, and at the same time with high quality and low prices. This is the aim. For the sake of the new generations, in 2016, the president expanded the school feeding program, and mainly to reach all the public schools. And this is a very important project because for the president, you know, we are investing in the human capital. We are investing in the Egyptians. The youth and the coming generations are very important. They are in the center of attention and center of priorities for Egypt. We'll be talking about that important file, providing food security, expanding school feeding programs under the leadership of the president for the sake of the new generation, reaching public schools. This important file is also a story of success. Short break and we'll be back.
Food security is in the heart of Egypt's 2030 vision as national security issue. And in this regard, the government is working hard on expanding agricultural land, reducing imports, and adapting to climate change. Throughout the last years, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attended the opening of several wheat silos, as well as agricultural projects across the state. Among Egypt's efforts in this regard, the country has reclaimed several fidans of wheat in Tushka, Shoair al-Wainet, Dalla Spring area, and in Farafra Oasis. That is in addition to reclaiming fidans of agricultural lands in different areas throughout Egypt over the recent years. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, Egypt has established 7 wheat silos in Al-Ubayaz, Arab, Al-Ulaiqat, Gizaz, Bani Salama, Shar'iyaz, New Salhiya, Ismailiyaz, Abu Shoair, and the areas of San al-Hagar in Shar'iyya, Al-Hammam in Matruh, and Kharga Oasis. Food security is a strategic political issue related to national and regional security, as food has become a strategic weapon in the hands of producing and exporting countries to pressure importing countries over political goals. Hence, Egypt is walking on parallel tracks to increase local production and storage, as well as to diversify and secure import sources. Food security is in Egypt's 2030 vision through sustainable development, reducing imports, establishing new agricultural communities, providing job opportunities, and climate change adaptation. Not to mention that sustainable development in agriculture has so far meant more silos and depots, treatment of agricultural drainage water, and lining waterways to reduce loss of water. It's worth mentioning that horizontal expansion is mostly in Tushka, North and Central Sinai, the new Delta project, the new Egyptian countryside of 1.5 million fidans, and West Minya project in. Meanwhile, vertical expansion is in the new valley and is intended for producing strategic crops that mature quickly, need little water, and is suitable for climate change.
Projects, and for the sake of the new generations, how the president has expanded the school feeding program to reach all the public schools in Egypt. This is a very important presidential initiative. The kids receiving school meals that are healthy and that are fighting malnutrition. This is very important because it's actually a project for the future generations, Dr. Donia. This is a very important project that would help fight nutrition-related illnesses, especially for the kids.
Yes, because it's very important to for the kids to fight different diseases like anemia, okay, and dwarfism for the kids. So actually these initiatives are concerned about the nutrients that improve the health of the kids, especially the micronutrients like the iron that is present in the dates, okay, and the calcium which is present in the cheese that provides the kids with the required nutrients to fight the dwarfism or the osteoporosis or all these diseases that the students may suffer from it.
Yes, there is also the problem of obesity, and I guess that this is another problem, the overweight, and how far this problem can affect health. That's why the president has been calling on students that they have to stick to sports, because this is having sports like a main subject in schools can definitely contribute a lot in having a healthy generation.
Yes, because the overweight is a type of malnutrition, because the student can eat a lot of quantity of carbohydrates, and the sedentary life, or if he doesn't perform sports, this will increase his weight, and this will affect him when he grow up. So it's very important to fight the obesity when the kid is still, for example, in the first years of puberty, when he becomes 10 or 11 year old, it's very important to control this stage, okay? Because the fat cells will increase, and it will be difficult to control this this disease later.
Yeah. Definitely very important that if there is like a certain problem, the parents would be like aware from the very first place to like move and give the special attention timely, because timely is very important when they are going to move fast. Definitely this is going to be reflecting better. Dr. Donia, talking the post-coronavirus era and post-coronavirus trends worldwide, we talked during the era of COVID-19 when it attacked, and hopefully this is not going to become as fierce again. However, coronavirus has changed how the world acts, and we found many trends actually hitting the whole world vis-a-vis the post-coronavirus era. So changed in your opinion, and do we have different remedies today? How is our outlook to the virus different today since it started, in your opinion?
Yes, the people changed their behavior, their concept. Okay, now you can see everyone use the hand sanitizers. You can see the hand sanitizers in all shops and the restaurants. It is now very common.
Part of a lifestyle. Yeah.
Yes, part of our lifestyle. Also using the face mask. It was odd before coronavirus era to use someone to use the face mask. Now it was usual. Also, our concept about the our boosting our immunity.
Yes.
And the people now know how to protect themselves from the infection transmission.
They became more aware of how to defeat the disease.
Defeat the disease, yes.
They have become experienced, I mean.
Yes, they become more experienced.
Know how to deal.
Yes, yeah.
Is our approach different today from the days one since the virus has our approach towards it, and also the remedies? Are they different today than when it started?
Sorry?
The remedies for coronavirus.
Yes.
Is it different today from the way how it started?
Yeah, sure. Even the healthcare practitioners are now more aware of how to control the disease from the beginning, and even the protocol that it is used now is different from or developed from the protocol that it was used from the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So everything, and also the healthcare practitioners are now well trained of how to deal with the patient. Okay, so everything has changed after this pandemic, and after what we have suffered from this pandemic.
Right. Talking pros and cons, of course, and talking natural remedies from nature for the everyday illnesses, we find that people would like say they would use mint for any sort of like stomach illnesses, for instance. So nature is providing us today with lots of remedies from illnesses, isn't it?
Yes, sure. We should know that 80% of the medicine in the pharmacy is originated from the herbs and from the natural products. For example, one of the natural remedies that it's very important, but people is not aware of it, is like the using the apple vinegar, okay, especially the organic one. This is very important to control any kind of infection. If the people used the apple cider vinegar at the beginning of any infection, it will control this infection a lot. But the one should use it in a diluted form. Okay. Sure, we have ginger, the curcumin, the garlic. All these natural products or herbal products are very important to use and to supplement our food with these herbal products or natural remedies.
Yes, definitely, because we need, to go back to nature instead of any sort of resorting to artificial, like artificial sweeteners, for instance. Is this hazardous? Because lots of people also are dependent on artificial sweeteners. Of course, we talked about the pros and cons of sugar. However, those who are on a diet would prefer those artificial sweeteners, for instance. How far is it healthy to use them?
Okay, this is a very good question. Actually, the artificial sweetener are alternative to the sugar, yes. But we have two types of artificial sweeteners we should avoid, which are the aspartame and saccharin. But till now, the sucralose is safe. There is no hazards of consuming the artificial sweetener, which is called sucralose. Okay, so I think it's
in a way or another, cautiously. I mean,
yes,
it should be like cautiously.
Cautiously. Yes.
Well, prioritizing and responding to the escalating global food security crisis, Egypt is definitely taking great steps to ensure that both global and local food security is restored, and that more support is actually provided to the most affected smallholder farmers. So there is definitely a link between the Sustainable Development Goals and food security, aiming to achieve food security and strengthening the Egyptian economy in the face of COVID-19. Egypt also spared no effort to strengthen the strategy, sustainable food security, and expanding climate action, enhancing agricultural resilience and production. So from your eyes, Dr. Donia, and as a professor at the National Research Center, what are the latest up-to-date research today regarding talking healthier food choices, healthy food choices for the people to follow? Okay. What's the latest in research today?
There are a lot of researches concerning that issue.
Yeah.
So,
what's the most popular? Yeah.
What is the most popular?
Yeah, is it concerning, you know, because lots of people are like worried concerning obesity. Others are also worried since the start of COVID-19 concerning the what we call the abuse of using vitamins, for instance.
Okay.
How to use vitamins in the proper sense of the word and in a way where we really need them.
Okay.
You know?
There is alternative for the protein source.
Yeah.
It is cheap alternative, but people do not know about it. The cheap alternative of the protein, the mushroom. Okay, people should direct to use mushroom in all their food, because mushroom is very cheap source of protein.
Yeah.
It resembles the meat, okay, in its nutritional value. In Europe, they call the mushroom it is like the meat. This is vegetarian meat. Okay.
Yeah, an alternative to the poultry or the meat.
Yes, yes. So and our ancient Egyptian used mushroom, and they. You know, they draw the mushroom in their
on stone drawings and on papyrus.
Yes,
they did. Yeah.
Okay, so we should concern about using the mushroom and supplement our recipes with the mushroom. Okay, this is one of the new trends. Also, there is a recent research about the something spirulina, which is a type of algae. It's very it's nutritional dense. It is full of vitamins and amino acids. They call it the green gold.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very healthy. The spirulina, it's very common in Europe and USA. This is
another alternative.
Yes, another alternative. Yeah.
Well, more than one choice. You know, what's important is that we will be able, to choose what is considered to be a healthy food, and what is required also from parents to prevent, to keep their kids from any sort of malnutrition and its repercussions. How to achieve the common goal, which is improving the health style and the health life of Egyptians. And this is mainly the goal: how to improve the health life of the Egyptians, how to include a healthy lifestyle in their lives.
Yes.
That is the big question.
Yes.
Yes. For breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, what would be the ingredients? We've agreed together that there should be like colors in our 3 meals, fibers, as you've kindly told us, that are considered to be very important additions. Maybe you said that we would add like mushrooms that are considered to be an alternative sometimes to meat.
Yes, it's 100%.
And definitely more and more sustainable development goals and safety procedures that we would approach in that respect.
Yes.
That would keep us healthy and at the same time protect us from being obese.
Yes, we should go back to our tradition, to our traditional food. Yes, we should go back to eating the healthy food. The students should drink milk at the breakfast, and eat the whole grain, and eat a lot of vegetables, fresh vegetables and cooked vegetables. And we shouldn't forget eating the yogurt at night. It's very important to consume the probiotics, okay? And eating the proteins, like the any type of proteins, plant proteins or animal proteins. They are the same, but we should go back to the leafy vegetables, to go back to all types of food that We ignore it nowadays.
Yeah, and avoid the junk.
Yes,
definitely.
and avoid the junk food. So we have treasures.
Yes, that
Yes,
would
in
keep
our-
us definitely healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Professor Dr. Donia Shoair, Assistant Professor at the National Research Center, for joining us tonight. Dr. Donia had provided us with a lot of advice concerning how to choose a healthy life routine and healthy food style. We talked today food safety and sustainable development goals, and how the country has been working under the leadership of the President to providing food security for Egyptians, quality food, and at low prices at the same time. I thank you so much, Dr. Donia.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor, your time. I thank you.
And I thank you, dear viewers, for your time. I'm Taghareed Hussein. Many thanks for watching. Tomorrow, another team on Thursday debate. Until then.